one of the most valuable Pokemon to ever exist, especially for humans.
Certainly is now. Thanks, Jade.
Back at Wall Colony, Looker is sitting with Plaid at the table, and they just seem to be kind of chatting it up casually, when suddenly a portal appears, and two people walk through along with two legendaries. And Thanos. Looker jumps back, oh my god, and Plaid gets a little jumpy too, but then turns around and raises glass politely and says, hi there, Miss Jade.
Hi, we're back.
He looks at you and says, oh, and you've got Amber too. He jumps up excitedly and pulls both of you in a hug.
I found her. Jade's like she's like, now it's all hitting her, now that she's back and she's like tired.
Looker comes over and says, I should be used to this by now. And I never am. Like freaking 7 children every time. Amber looks at you guys, and before anything can be said, Hoopa runs over to Looker and says, hi, I'm Friendly Helpful Hoopa.
Get your ball.
You recall Friendly Helpful Hoopa.
Jade just like sighs, completely exasperated, like.
Looker approaches you and says, I see you're back, Where's Officer Murdoch and Officer Jones and Special Agent Alistair?
Oh, they wanted to go more directly home, so they jumped through a different portal.
You hear from the Pokeball, that's not what happened at all!
Or they accidentally, well, they went through a different portal, obviously, or they're not here. Actually, I don't even know where they went. I think Hoopa screwed up. I'm sorry.
He looks at you and says, all right, we need to react right away, but are they safe? Are they dead?
They should be safe. I think I can. Hoopa!
Hi! He pops out. Like,
they're safe, right? You didn't like put them in like a volcano or anything, did you?
Sure hope not.
You might want to try to contact them directly.
He says, oh god. He pulls out his phone and he's messaging as you are saying this, and he says, the damn reception out here is so terrible. Okay, what...
I have ended up in different areas too. I'm pretty sure the portal kept changing as we were trying to go through it. So I think they ended up separated wherever they were.
Okay. Looker has terrible internet and phone connection because of the radiation, so he cannot get a good signal out right now.
You could just secure a good signal like in a facility, right? I mean, you can.
He says we'll have to get online, check some things. It's been, gosh, you guys have been gone like a full day, I think. I think that's correct.
Has it only been a day? It feels like a month.
Amber looks at you. Amber actually speaks out. It feels like several months.
Amber, I just gotta lean a shoulder for Amber, just like, can we just go to bed? Like, you understand.
Looker steps back and says, I need a report, quickly. If you don't want to do it, Amber can take over for you, or...
I'm trying to, Jade's bad memory's gonna kick in. It happened all really fast. We went to... I'm trying to remember where we started.
You guys, you went to that bunker.
Yeah, we went to the bunker.
Inside the bunker, you ran into the witches.
Yeah, and they had the witches. They were doing some. I'm not even completely sure. I did not understand completely what was going on down there. I just knew that it was something not good. I did not understand what was going on. I'm not one to know the doohickey stuff. But we set off something and we actually got sucked into spatial world, and the spatial world turned into like an interdimensional travel everything, and
I'm here.
Yes, you're here. I'm sorry, we may have accidentally just almost destroyed the Hoopas of the universe. I'm pretty sure this is the last one.
She's, but Amber perks up and says, ooh, but I got this! And she pulls out the prison bottle.
Yes, we do have that. I'm trying to remember why exactly, but we did it. We had to fight Hoopa in order to get home because we wanted to utilize his portals. We ended up fighting him, and we drained him of his magic, his god power, with that, and we managed to keep most of it, but then we accidentally killed Prime Hoopa during the fight when I was trying to capture him. It was not easy. There were some casualties. But we do have the essence of Prime Hoopa and this one.
Looker, during this whole time, like, at this point is just kind of used to it. He does give the usual gasp, awe, and shock kind of things, but it's not as, like, egregious as when you first met him. Like, at this point, He's used to you guys doing the impossible. He goes, okay, but this is great news. He says, like, you've got a Hoopa, like, one of the most valuable Pokemon to ever exist, especially for humans.
Certainly is now. Thanks, Jade.
He's gonna be useful, but
Hey, he doesn't need to know that.
yeah,
Don't tell him you killed all the Hoopas.
got to learn, unlike a very good
guys.
death.
Maybe that's why she did it. She's so obsessed with getting like the rarest Pokemon.
I did not need a Hoopa in
Very
my
diabolical of Jade.
like this. I honestly, I prefer the god of death. Just thank you very much.
Yeah, she does prefer the god of death because she just killed all the Hoopas.
Looker looks at you and says, well, this is amazing. You've got a Hoopa, and you've got the... I guess the... Amber speaks up. Basically, God juice. You got the God juice. Hooker completes the sentence. If my understanding's correct, Looker speaks up, we can make more Hoopa with the prison bottle, correct? Amber takes a step back, a little hesitant. Chibitina immediately speaks up, no, hell no.
I'm going to be against that idea too. I mean, Chibitina, you would actually be more knowledgeable than us. How vital would it be to restore the line of Hoopa?
Chibitina looks at you and says, it's incredibly vital. Hoopa serves an important role in our multiverse, but I don't like that one.
Oh, I know, but is it possible to have it make a new Prime Hoopa from scratch through a cloning process?
Everyone kind of just stops talking for a moment once you recommend that. And Looker steps forward and says, would you be willing to let us take some of Hoopa's DNA and make clones?
You have a choice in the matter. I'm not letting him be Prime.
any Hoopa, but that one is Prime. Chibitina speaks up, yes, any Hoopa but that one.
No, you could make it could be a brand new, if you cloned one from scratch using a powerful enough facility, you could make it raw and almost like a newborn, and you could infuse it with the Prime material. It would probably take off a lot of the traits of the old Prime Hoopa, which is not a bad thing because that one was kind of lazy and slept a lot. So that would honestly be the safest bet.
Yeah, Hoopa comes over, how are you gonna get DNA? And Chibitina just rips off part of its hair and it goes, ow! And Chibitina just kind of like drops the hair into Looker's hands. Looker just stares at it, like realizing what he just got, quickly calls over to the police, hurry, get over, and they start scrambling. And an officer quickly brings like a clean bottle, and they shove it into it.
Thank you, Giratina.
Chibitina smiles and says, I think you're making the right call here.
I know.
Looker says, well, you've given us, let's roll a d6. How many hairs, how many hairs do you want to give him? Like, it's your Hoopa. You could decide. He can make as many clothes as he has hairs.
I would honestly, what I would like to be done, if you're going to do this, you can take several samples, but what I want you to do is I want you to stagger the timing of the clones and watch their development. And I want maybe make at least 3 or 4 different clones, and then just make sure that you go with the one that ends up being the most stable, because there's always a chance of a clone failing.
Looker just nods at you and says, I think that's very wise. That's a great suggestion. You've done so much for us, all of Team Fresh Floof and you. This is amazing. We will This might be a new era for humankind. We could revolutionize travel. So many things.
Just be careful that you don't like let it fall in. You're gonna want to put it in a government facility for sure. Something that's watched. We don't need anybody else getting any kind of knowing that Hoopas are being cloned somewhere. That would not be good.
Looker thinks, all right, well, thank you for this amazing gift. Now, in order to create a new Prime Hoopa, we're going to need that jar. He looks at the prison bottle that Amber is holding. Do you want to give them the jar?
Amber, did you need the essence for anything else?
She looks at it, you and them, and she just kind of holds it tight and says, I've got lots of reasons not to trust government officials right now. And she thinks, I don't want to give this to them.
Well, I mean, I trust Looker, but we do need, there's no denying that we need a new Prime Hoopa for our universe.
She says, I want to think on it. I don't want to give this up right away. I think it's too valuable.
Oh, well then why don't you do the cloning of the Steven Stone in the Steven Stone facilities?
She thinks for a moment and says, how about a compromise with the clones, with the cloning things? We actually know a small family, she hints at Jade. She comes up and says, we actually know people who are experts on clones, and, the government kind of owes us a favor now.
That's a good point.
She looks at Looker and says, I will not give you this bottle right away. However, if you can pardon Crystal's family, and maybe not like a full pardon, but maybe if they at least work with or alongside you as like cloning consultants, I'll consider it in the future.
And of course now Jade is like groaning internally because she does not like Crystal's family.
She says, Crystal's my friend and we promise that we'd try. This is our best bargaining chip.
Like, that's my only hang up with being friends with Amber, is that she trusts Crystal so much. And I clearly don't.
That's your only hang-up? I
Yeah.
love the fact that she stole your fucking Genesect and did some weird shit to it.
I mean, I'm mad at her for that, but I feel like I can at least forgive because I can understand why she's went that route a little bit, but...
Yeah, she's not afraid to break the law, is the thing. Like, even in her
Oh, that's
backstory.
always a good thing.
Yeah. Yeah, real good when you've got a cop in the party.
Yeah, but I mean, I can at least understand that motivation. I'm not gonna judge it. I don't have to, like, condone it, but I don't have to judge it either. Crystal's family, I actually judge.
Why do you judge Crystal? Like, what has she done?
Aren't they the ones that help facilitate like a ton of like the trial clones and everything?
Well, technically, Crystal was a clone, and there was no.
Yeah, you shouldn't be mad at Crystal. You should be mad at Crystal's parents.
Yeah.
But she's a clone. She's a
Yeah,
victim.
that's what they want me to forgive.
Oh well, we can actually. Well, actually, I spent a couple months with them. We can talk about that a little bit later. They're actually pretty chill people.